girls can read. Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to my January wrap up and my February to be read. So in January I managed to read a total of 11 books, which is absolutely fantastic. I honestly don't know how I did it because I had so many distractions and things that were happening in January, but I managed to read that amount and I'm super proud of myself. So I'm just going to let you know the books that I read and the rating that I gave them. If you would like to know a more thorough review on these books, I will leave my written reviews down in the description box below where you can click on them to find out more details, and if I've done a video review on it, it will be linked around my head somewhere. So the first book that I managed to complete was The Pledge by Kimberly Durst, and this is the first book that is in this series by her, and I actually really did enjoy this book. It was really good, and Max just so I really honestly cannot wait to continue on with this series, and I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. The second book that I completed was The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa, and this is the second book in the Blood of Eden series. And oh my god, it's just so intense and full of so much action. Like literally every chapter had this little mini cliffhanger and I just wanted to continue on and on and on. And then the end of the book, oh my god, the end of this book. Oh, I can't wait to just read the next book in this. I need it, I just need it. It was so fantastic that I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I completed Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles series and it was awesome. It was cool. I think I liked it just as much as Cinder actually. I didn't have a preference. Some people prefer this to Cinder, but I think I liked them just as much. But it's really nice to be introduced to new characters as well as being reintroduced with old characters from the first book. So I thoroughly enjoyed it and I honestly cannot wait to read Grass. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Calling by Kelly Armstrong, and this is the second book that is in the Darkness Rising series, and I read the first book quite a long time ago, so getting into this book I had to just remember a few things and a few characters, but it didn't take long, and Kelly Armstrong did a really good way of just refreshing my mind on that, and I really did enjoy it. And there was a lot of a survival instinct to this book and it was just really awesome, and I can't wait to continue on with this series, so I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read a novella called Camp Kiss, and this is by J.K. Rock, and this is the novella that comes before the first book in the series, and it's just sort of like how the characters met, and I thought it was good, so that's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read another ebook and it's called Evanescent by Carla Labuschagny. I really cannot pronounce that surname for the life of me, but this is the second book that's in the Broken series and it's a really good series. It's got really good ratings. I honestly suggest for you to check that out. It's a fantastic series and I really did enjoy it, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Camp Boyfriend by J.K. Rock, and this is book number 1 in the Camp Boyfriend series, the book that came after that novella that I read, and this kind of like annoyed me in a way but kind of didn't. Like I found that the main girl character was the one that annoyed me the most, and just how she was acting and stuff was pissing me off, and I was just like, bitch, sort yourself out. But then things got a bit better, so I thought it was good and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the graphic novel by Ransom Riggs, and oh my god, this book was just so awesome. It was just like, oh my god, I really did enjoy this book so much. It was pretty epic, and because I also got Hollow City, I needed to refresh my mind on Miss Peregrine's, as it had been a few months since I last read it, and this was just the perfect way to do that. Really quick read, literally probably about an hour it took me, and it was just awesome, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I got bullied to read this by Danny from the Performing Book Fair. She was like, you need to continue on with this series because City of Heavenly Fire is coming out pretty soon, and she was like, you've got so many more books to read, and I was just like, okay, and plus I wanted to read it anyway. I've been eyeing it up and now I read it, so it was good. definitely my favourite by far out of the whole 3 that I've read, and this was so good. I can't wait to continue on with this series and read the Infernal Devices series as well. So I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read an ebook called Camp Christmas that's by J.K. Rock, and this is a Christmassy novella that comes after Camp Boyfriend, and it's about 2 different characters, and it was really, really sweet and fluffy, and it was so cute that you just couldn't help but just go like, ah! So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And then the final book that I read was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Now I actually listened to this as an audiobook as well as kind of reading it at the same time, and it was just so good. I really did love it. Finally I've managed to read this. Please don't point the finger at me. I know it's taken me a while, but I'm definitely going to be continuing on with this series because it was just fantastic. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. So if I had to pick my favourite book of the month, it's going to be between these 4 books. The Eternity Cure, Miss Peregrine's graphic novel, City of Glass and The Hunger Games. These are all like all-time favourite books of mine now that I will definitely be reading again. So I'm just going to quickly run through the books that are going to be on my February to be read. I'm currently reading Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, which is the 2nd book in this series by him. It comes after Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and already I'm loving it so far. I'm like 115 pages or something like that through it at the moment, and it's really, really good. It's really adventurous at the moment, and I can't wait to continue on with that, so I'll be finishing that off this month. The next book I'm going to be reading is Shatter Me by Tahira Murphy, and this is the Booktuber Book Club book pick for this month. So if you would like to join in with us, I will leave the Goodreads page down below, and we are doing like discussions there on the books, and you can pick the book to read together for the next month. It's really, really fun. I completely recommend it. There's like over 220 people that have now joined, which is absolutely fantastic, and this is what we're reading, so I really can't wait to read this because I've been wanting to read it for so long, and I just really want to know what I'm going to think about it. Then I'm going to be reading Transparent by Natalie Whipple. I've got this from my library and I've been wanting to read this for so long, and it's quite a short book, so I shall hopefully get through this week. Then I'm going to be reading Anything to Have You by Paige Hobson, as it is released this month in February, so looking forward to reading this one, and it sounds fantastic. And also Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. I've had absolutely fantastic reviews on this book already, and I really want to read this. This comes up pretty soon, and I'm really excited. I'm also going to be reading The Coldest Gal in Cold Town by Holly Black. I know you guys picked this for me to read in January, but because I was ill, I ended up in a horrible reading slump, and I didn't have enough time to complete this, so I definitely will be reading this in February. Don't worry about that. And finally, if I have time, I'm going to be reading Amor and the Timekeeper's Key, and this is by Samuel J. Vega, and I haven't hauled this yet, but I only just recently got this. The author very kindly sent this to me, and I really want to pay it back to him by reading and reviewing it for him. So I'm really excited about this one, as I love the cover design and it just sounds really intriguing. So those are all the books that are on my February to be read pile. Of course, if I end up reading more, then you will be sure to see that in my February wrap up. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, or if you have an absolutely fantastic day. Just remember to keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see you all in my next video.